What's up, Juventini? Are you ready for a mass exodus this week? You should be. Apparently, Comolli's going to be cleaning house, and it started with Mbangula, and we've got the latest on more sales that could come as training camp is 4 days away from opening. We've also got updates on targets for Juventus. Sancho, Højlund, Seško, Darwin Núñez, and Hjulman all in the news around Juventus, and we're going to go through it all together right now. I'm Berto. This is the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. It's July 21st. Let's rock with the news, and we're going to kick things off with the sale that is completed and finalized. That is Mbangula heading to Werder Bremen for 10 million plus add-ons, and the medicals are set to go down tomorrow according to Fabrizio Romano. You all know what I think, as I made that short video yesterday, and you all seem to agree this is a very, very cheap sale from Juventus, not factoring in potential of the player and not putting themselves with any kind of protection on the backside in even a very small sell-on clause, and there's definitely no buyback. So nothing there. A very, very cheap maneuver, and it also doesn't even completely open the door for you to bring in Sancho. More on that in a bit, but we've got more sales that Juve is pushing. Comolli apparently expected to start cleaning house a little bit more aggressively right now. Obviously, we have a long list of players. You have Vlahovic, you have Costa, you have Luiz, you have Savona that could be moved, you have Kostic, you have Milik, and you have Weah. We're going to go through some of these as the list again is long, but with Weah, Marseille has opened up to the loan plus obligation to Juventus. However, now there's a different obstacle, because for them to open up loan plus obligation, they want to defer the payments for an extra year, and this is where Juve is not agreeing to. They want this to be the exact same maneuver that is going down for Mbangula right now. Outright sale, done and dusted, no deferred payments, and they want the obligation. So let's see if Marseille gives in. Meanwhile, all the reports are consistent that Marseille does want Weah locked in. When you get to some of the other guys on the list, Costa continues to be apparently a player that could be leaving Juventus and being sold. You also have Douglas Luiz that Juventus is trying to find a home for, with a lot of interest in the Premier League. It is being reported that the Costa and Luiz deal is what's going to lead Juventus into being able to make a maneuver for Hjulman. Sporting is standing firm that for even any type of negotiations, they're going to be willing to talk around the 50-60 million mark. So again, guys have to go. They have to leave Juventus. We talked about this brick wall Comolli's in yesterday. This is where we're at. Guys need to leave. So Costa and Luiz could very much leave to make way. But when you say goodbye to Costa and you say goodbye to Weah, now all of a sudden, if you need a fullback as it sits right now, and you say goodbye to Weah and you say goodbye to Costa, well, all of a sudden, you might be looking at what? Bringing in 3 fullbacks? And again, who else is on that exit list? Savona. And the rumors are that Savona could be moved if a strong enough offer hits from one of these Premier League sides that is interested in the player. So again, Juve pushing for exits. Are they going to be pushing potentially some of the guys they shouldn't be because of the guys on the list that have issues in moving, like Kostic, like Vlahovic? Because the latest on Kostic is that Olympiacos came forward with serious interest on purchasing the player, and the player shut it down immediately as he had no interest in going and playing for Olympiacos. And my fear here is that he might have some glimmer of hope that Juve hasn't shut down yet, in thinking that he could be a part of this squad for the upcoming season. And I don't believe that that should be a play from Juventus. But nonetheless, Kostic has shut down the Olympiacos move and interest immediately. So we're going to have problems in moving some of these guys. And maybe this is forcing our hand into saying some of these other goodbyes that we may not want to or should be saying goodbye to. Let's see, everybody. Meanwhile, Perin also potentially a good buy. Como coming forward finally making a move towards the goalkeeper, but the rumors from Nico Skier are that Perin is not fully convinced by Como because they already have a number one. Should he leave Juventus, he wants to be the number one at the club that he joined. So all eyes on that situation. Meanwhile, when we start looking at our target list, Jadon Sancho, of course, getting some of these deals done will probably lead to bringing him in and wrapping things up with Manchester United, especially if the rumors are true that we're going to help them in the severance package to break him free. But the Mbangula deal, again, mostly capital, practically all capital, 10 million plus add-ons. That is still shy if they're trying to break even completely. If they're trying to have a zero mercato this season, that is even shy of bringing in Jadon Sancho, especially if you're factoring helping with the severance package. With Weah and his move, I look at the value, 14 million. I look at what we've done with Mbangula, and I just don't understand, if he's 12 million total package, how you could then say that Weah is a done deal at 14 million total package. These values are way out of whack. Juve continues to sell on the cheap. When you get to strikers, the list is Højlund, Seško, and Darwin Núñez for Juventus that they have eyes on and bringing in addition to Jonathan David. But really, that ain't realistic, all right? Seško's price tag will most likely take him out. Same with Darwin Núñez. Højlund, there is the potential to make that a realistic target for Juventus because the reports claim that Manchester United has opened up to a loan plus option deal for the player. And if that was the case, that represents no risk for Juventus in bringing him in a loan, and then the purchase is only an option, and that might be something that Juventus takes Manchester United up on. What would you think about it? Hit me in the comments now. Last, certainly not least, again, with all of this going on, camp kicks off in 4 days. Players set to return to Continassa for the 24th, and then training camp resumes after that. So is Tudor, is Comolli, are they starting to feel the heat? Are they wanting these moves to be done immediately so that we can get the ball rolling on camp? Let's see. Time will tell, but that's where it stands in the news front as of today. You know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join our agency army. But my favorite part, let's mix it up in the comments. How do you feel about the news you're hearing today? Let's mix it up, everybody. Of course, I'm back tomorrow with another edition. Till then, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.